Hi everyone and welcome back with Lyran Resonance. I am Azria. Some of you may know me as the Pink Lady, the Alien DNA Lady, etc. But I really just wanted to jump on here really quickly. So this may be a 5-minute video, a 10-minute video, I don't know. But I've been asked to share a couple of things. So first of all, I don't know if you guys have felt or experienced ever since that 11/11 portal. It's almost as though we had kind of September was very muddy, October was kind of like we're getting out of the sludge, and then wham, the portal came along and it was everything just brightened up. Everything absolutely just brightened up. Now, I am going to mention around this 3-eye atlas as well. And one of the reasons I'm mentioning it is because within a transmission that came through, and I've got it recorded on my phone. And so before I go any further, I just want to, for anyone new, new to me or to my channel, is that I talk about transmissions. So where people channel, absolutely. Where you have kind of that being coming in and sitting in your field, or you get downloads. So you get like drops of information, whether it be pictures, sound, information, whatever you want to call it. Or I feel that there is, and something that I've always experienced, are transmissions, and it's like being a radio. So it's like being a radio where I have my frequency, imagine me as a radio, kind of maybe one of the nice 1940s, kind of like that really nice period where everything was just had that nice bit of like class and everything to it. Anyway, I digress. And you used to turn it. So it's one of those really old-fashioned ones. And you would like keep on turning it until you found that radio station, until you found that one bit of music that you liked, or the presenter's voice. And you're like, yes, I found the radio station. It's like that. And now there's things within me that I know, right, okay, that's who I'm connected with. That's who I'm talking with. Whether it's the scholars, so the group of beings that I work with, whether it's my particular guide, whatever the case may be, or tuning into somebody else's frequency. What's happening with them? Now, being a sensitive, being an intuitive, it's something I've done my whole life without ever being known or taught it. So even when there was elements of I didn't really understand why kind of like this world had 2 languages. It had the one people were actually talking, but then there was all this other energy and emotion and things coming from them. It's kind of like the world that's got two different ways of communicating. But again, I'm going to come on to that a bit later, or even in another channel, another program. So on just after the 11th, I think it was like the 12th or the 13th, I do my own transmissions now and again. Not absolutely every day on a certain time. But when I feel that I think, actually, yeah, let's tune in, let's see what's there. Sometimes I get like little taps on the shoulder from one of my guides or anything like that. It's kind of like, yeah, let's basically let's come and have a chat with you. I know they are always there. And yes, I do my meditations every day. I do 1 or 2 rituals every day, but it's not kind of like sitting down and getting bombarded with transmissions all the time. And again, when I work with clients, same thing. I sit and ask and tune in to either the various guides or the various star beings, etc., and let it come through. My voice doesn't change as far as I know. Sometimes within healing sessions it may do. It may do. Not always. It may do. But again, I digress ever so slightly. Sorry, you need to bear with me. I've got my light set up ever a little bit differently, so I'm hoping I've more or less cracked it, she says. Anyway, so 2 nights ago, I woke up. Again, this isn't a one-off thing that has just happened. I said, I sometimes get woken up in the night, sometimes I sit down in the middle of the day, and the first thing I do when I know that that's going to be the case is press record on my phone. Sometimes it's a good 10-15 minutes before anything starts coming through, sometimes it's immediate. But this time was particularly strong. And I keep on getting pushed. Please put this out. Please share this out. So, again, I don't know if anyone else has mentioned any of this, but I'm going to look over here because I've just given myself a couple of bullet points so to keep me a little bit on track. So, you've got this metamorphical phenomena. Now, frig knows how I said that. I have no idea. But, of 3i Atlas. Which is really, well, as we all know, this is the bit we all know, is that it really has got the scientists, the theologists, the quantum physicists and that slightly baffled, from what I can tell. And the thing is that we've had other smaller crafts as well, but 3i Atlas is a bit of a beastie. I think there was one that was called Le Mans, something like that. I don't know if it was French. I don't know why I'm saying it with a French accent. I have no idea. But going back to 3i Atlas, one of the things that really fascinated me, and I've just put a one-liner in my notes here that says, it is far, far older than we actually know or realise. Because remember, our science, our technology only goes so far. And one of the things I'm very much picking up on, and this is the big hitter, is this object, we can call it a comet, an object, a metamorphical, I hope I'm saying that word right because that's what I said apparently, is not from our solar system, not from our galaxy. This item has come through a portal from another one, from another galaxy. Now, I will be doing another video maybe not very, very soon, but soon, on portals. Because it is something that's coming up time and time again. So we do have portals on this planet, absolutely. There's some amazing ones in Sedona. Even if you go for a walk in the forests and you see 2 trees and sometimes they'll kind of like meet at the top. What do you think that energy is going on in between there? Pop in, pop out. A doorway, another portal. It's that energy in between. And yeah, you do have good ones and you do have bad ones. So, as much, but again, I'm going to come on to those in a bit more detail later. So I've put on here, to travel across space, a concept familiar to beings. Oh, I didn't realise I'd written that. Lyrans. So I very much work with, and my star seed is very much of Lyrans, particularly felines. And what I'm being told is it's one that they are familiar with. And now I'm going to go on and say something else here, is that, just waiting. So it's almost as though when it came in to our star system, into our galaxy, a lot of the other races, so your Pleiadians, your Venusians, don't often talk about them, the Andromedians, and so on, were like, ooh. Some of them recognised it as a bit of an old friend. It's kind of like, you're here again. There's a planet ascending, and yeah, it's definitely Gaia. It's Earth. We've been watching them. Like a, what do you say it? Like a soap opera. It's kind of like, yeah, we've been waiting for. It's kind of like we've been waiting for the goodie to come and save the day. I'm not saying that 3i Atlas is the one and only goodie that we're going to have in order to help us from an energetic and a frequency perspective. Not in the slightest. But it is one of them, I believe. But then there's some of the other races who actually haven't really encountered that. This is the understanding that I got. So they're kind of in this, let's have a look, let's have a bit of an explore as well. So I think some of the more ancient races, shall we say, I've kind of gone, yeah, that's an old friend, been waiting for you to kind of come in here. So there's just 3 other main topics that I really want to cover off here. And I've put on here oceans, technologies, and symbols. These are the 3 notes I'm looking at here, the 3 words. Our oceans are an incredible place. I can't remember exactly what the percentage is or was of how much there is still that we haven't even started to explore yet. But I really feel, and certainly was shown, and now I don't necessarily get too many visuals, but and it was like watching a movie, is that with this energy and with this frequency, it's almost as though things are being lifted ever so slightly in order for us to see it. I also believe that there is a certain race of being. Now, I would be really, really interested to find out and talk to anyone else who, if you've got this as well. Really, really interested. Because it was almost as though, and I'm getting that it was very much like the mermaids, but like the mermaids making themselves even more known. But it's almost kind of like showing me like somebody like sleeping at the bottom of the ocean. It's kind of like, ooh, nice frequencies. I'm awake now. Hello. It's kind of like the world's nicest alarm clock that's just gone off for them. It's kind of like, oh yeah, you took your bloody time, didn't you? Okay, let's come up and... Because as much as there's a huge percentage of our galaxy, of our star system that we still haven't explored, it's the same on this planet as well. There is still so much of it that the human race is still yet to explore, and our technology is coming on to a point where we can. But it's almost as though we're being met in the middle. It's kind of like, okay, well, let's rise up a little bit more, and then these guys will start coming down. Oh, there you go. Let's see what's there. So I really do feel that with these frequencies from 3i Atlas, nearly said AI Atlas then. Now that's an interesting concept. Why did I just nearly say AI Atlas, not 3i Atlas? I'll leave that one with you. Anyway, either way, these frequencies are coming onto this planet and are starting to move things around. The next one I'd like to really explore is symbols and like language, because I mean, what was it, 5-10 years ago, we wasn't really talking about light language. There were people probably in silent and maybe starting to mention it, and kind of other people looking at them as if they had 3 heads. I can certainly pertain to that. Maybe not necessarily with light language, but certainly with other topics. But I digress. I welcome you to, and this is the way that they put it, I welcome you to start having a look around at symbols. Start having a look. When you do have like the light language and the light language symbols as well, if there's any that you're noticing, I mean, around one of the visuals, which I've been given 3 times now. Oh, I thought it was only twice, but they're saying 3. Okay, is a rock. And I was walking down, they were showing me walking down the side of this cliff. And I don't quite know where it was. I think it was in this country. And what's the mountain in Wales? One in Wales. I mentioned Wales a couple of times. Anyway. And I came across this rock formation. And this rock formation then, again, it was like something out of a movie. Like the top had this particular symbol on it. And maybe in another video I'll try and draw it out. Because again, whoever's like watching this video, if any of this is resonating, please do feel free to reach out, because I'd love to know if anyone else is picking up on this, if anyone else has got the same, because it is all about coming together and starting to fit those puzzle pieces together. And it was this particular symbol that slightly, it didn't light up as though it was like lighting up the night sky, but it was almost as though like, yeah, somebody like turn the light on a little bit. But the rock was more or less in the shape of what we would call an egg. Now I know or have experienced and have been told time and time again that some of the more exploratory, that's a big word, isn't it? Exploratory craft are more organic. And again, same as through Atlas, everyone's saying that's more of like a rock kind of comet type structure, but these ones are a lot smaller. And sometimes they're like little scout ships kind of coming in and figuring out what's going on, taking up information. Again, similar to 3i Atlas, but this was much smaller. And apparently I ended up picking it up and putting it in a buggy, a pushchair. I don't think, yeah, a buggy or a pushchair or a pram. Anyway, I digress. But on the top, the main thing that I was asked to kind of really pick up on this was more around the symbol. Because not only in nature, but maybe in the skies, maybe on, I kind of got on like bodies as well, maybe, that it's being more aware of the structures that are around us right now. Because a lot of people talk about kind of the symbology within, shall we say, the government, Illuminati, all of that type of stuff. But it goes beyond that, doesn't it? It goes beyond that. Because one thing that is down here in big bold letters is hidden messages. You might not necessarily, on a conscious level, be able to pick it up and translate it. But it's the same with light language, is that it goes in. It's the frequency. Whether it's somebody using more of a visual with their hands. Or with their voice. But look out for them. See how it feels, see how it resonates. I've put decoding the messages, but I'm not getting any further with that. Certainly, I mean, the biggest ones on our planet, and it was a note that I just put on here, that might be more familiar with people, are crop circles. I mean, they're not always a round circle, are they? But that's the type of thing, but maybe on a much smaller scale. Rock formations, artwork, and so on. Another thing I really just wanted to mention as well is that there was an element in there around technologies, but in all honesty, that wasn't the main message. One of the main messages is that within this time of what's happening with the more public outward visuals of 3i Atlas and Lemon and the others, is it's getting us ready. Everyone talks about disclosure is going to be this one big and massive kind of ship that's going to appear in our solar system. It just did. Just did. Yes, and I can see my lights getting lighter and darker. No surprise there. And then it's, how is that feeling for us? Because at one point we are going to then start realising actually this is going to be more of an ongoing occurrence. It's almost as though, you know, like back in the 80s and 90s where we had like 3210s and they were mobiles about this big and that thick, and you could just about send a couple of text messages without running out of credit. Now look at the stuff we've got. We can have videos in the palm of our hands. We can talk to people across the world within seconds. And what people can do with AI and all that type of stuff. Kind of missed that one, didn't we? The fact that we've got like washing machines that we can run with an app. Life happens when you're too busy planning it. Springs to mind. So where I'm really going with this is the transmission that happened about a day or so later. Because I kept on asking, well, this is all well and good. And I really do feel that the part about the oceans, the part about it coming through a portal, that it's older than we even know about. I mean, I'm using kind of our version of human time. Is what is that to us as a human on this planet right here, right now? I mean, yeah, it's up in the sky somewhere. It was close to Mars the other day. We believe that with it being in and around, that it's causing our sun to do all sorts of things. And that was the other thing I got. It's almost as though I got like this image of a frequency going into the sun and bouncing off, and it almost kind of being a booster. So whatever that as part of the frequency, and every so often we'll get this boost. It's almost as though it goes into our sun and then flop, flop, flip, flop, who knows, flops out the other side, but with a bit more of a burst. I don't know where that came from. Anyway, I made myself laugh. Oh, this was only going to be a 20-minute video. Anyway, I'm going to carry on because they're carrying on. So, you got me for a bit longer. I've got here, the transmission suggests humanity is in a period of intense change where consciousness is rising and new possibilities are emerging for individuals and the collective. Never a truer thing said. And that's exactly what I said. That's why I've just put it in the brackets there. Or they said, sorry, being told off. Okay? So yeah. More people are doing light language, more people are opening up, more people are waking up, more people are going on their own spiritual journeys, which is incredible. But in order for people to do that, their frequencies are changing, their energy is changing, their resonance is changing. But what does that mean for each starseed though? That was the question I was coming back to. So with the Lyrans, it's more around, and I have made a note of this, it's the sovereign creation consciousness. So the expression of truth, whether it's through art or sound. So I welcome you to tune into that. Whether it's the Pleiadian collective, so it's empathy, it's tenderness, it's unity. Or the Arcturian, which is more of a harmonic geometric side. So when we were talking about those patterns and those symbols, I mean, this goes on and on and on. So then you've got the Andromedans with the, yeah, they kind of give me the authenticity. Vegans with communication. Orions through transmuting fear. But whatever that energy for that particular being, that behavior that you feel you resonate with, I'm not here to tell you. Tune into it. Feel it. Because now we are at that place. We are at that disclosure. We are at that awakening. We are at that changing consciousness. Where each of us tuning in to that resonance, tuning in, using ourselves as a radio to those frequencies. Whatever that means for you. I mean, I've just given you a couple as a guide for those who may or may not necessarily know. And I've no idea what's going on with my hair there. It's clearly I've got my own little antenna. Look at it. Got my own little antenna going on. They're funny sometimes. You don't realise something and all of a sudden I just realised, I was like, oh look, I've got my own antenna going on. Anyway, that made me laugh. I hope it made you laugh. So yeah, those were just a couple of the transmissions that I got through that I really wanted to share, and I've been being tapped on the shoulder for the past few days. I said, please share what has come through for you, because a lot of my transmissions I either share with my clients or share with my community groups, or sometimes just keep to myself. And that's not being greedy. It's growing up in a time where I was getting a lot of these through and thought, oh, no, I'm going to be looked at as if I've got 3 heads. But actually, not anymore. I started sharing my work around connecting to your star lineage. I was terrified. And it got welcomed with open arms. So the star lineage is where I'm not saying you are this, you are that. That's not my place. Again, I'm tuning in to you, to your energy, and seeing what other frequencies of different beings are in there. Level 1, 2 and 3, which are the most strongest, which are the next strongest, and so on. So that you've got an idea and an understanding of, yeah, actually, even though I believe I'm a ex-Starseed or I'm a light worker, I've actually got, if it resonates with you, those particular frequencies within you as well, that you can start using, that you can start not necessarily feeding off of, but that you can tune into and help with your remembrance. Because we're not just here as a human to say, oh yeah, well, I am Lemurian Starseed, that's it. We've had lifetimes on different planets and star systems, and we've been in contact with other races. I mean, at the minute, we're only naming maybe 100, 200, something like that, or maybe 100 odd. But there's discoveries all the time of different races, different beings, different galaxies, different star systems, which is just so incredible. Really, really is. But then we also have races inside of races. It's kind of like saying to somebody, the human race is only made up of one. Well, no, because you've got Europeans, Asians, so on and so forth. And a mix too. Someone might be a mix. Who knows? And that's where we are. We're that mix. But we can utilise what's in there and then start feeling into those frequencies. And go, yeah, that feels right. If I tune in to, say, that Lyran one, where will that take me? What part of my remembering of my soul, of my connection to source? Where have I been? Where have I come from? Where was my soul created? All of this is within you. I just help guide. So I really hope that has helped. And that's informed. It might have planted a seed. It might have stirred some thoughts. It might have stirred some rememberings. It might have opened up a whole can of worms to maybe start asking more questions, looking into things, because I know it has for me. I mean, I've been doing this long enough and I'm still learning. Because we're discovering more and more all the time. So I'd just like to leave you with one thing. Is if this is something that you're interested in, if you are starting to remember and think, got a couple of questions and I don't quite know who to go to, you're more than welcome to go on to alarianresonance.com and just come and have a chat with me. Might go somewhere, might not. Might answer one question. We could then start on this journey or continue this journey, whatever the case may be, together. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's perfectly fine. Another thing I would also like to just add on here as well is that one of my absolute passions is starting to bring people together, because I know within my very small group of people, my personal ones, is that it's actually coming together. And that's what I would like to do for others. So there is a community that I'm bringing together. It's called Alarian Rising. Because we are all rising together. And I'm offering a percentage off at the minute because Alarian Resonance has recently just relaunched. So if you do hashtag rising, there's a percentage off there. And again, the same for one of the, sorry, they're still chatting away, for one of the services. If you do hashtag new, there's about 25-50% off. I can't remember off the top of my head, sorry. I'm still in presenting mode, and I didn't actually jot that down on my list, so this is definitely as authentic as you're going to get me, because my neurodiverse brain was more in regards to putting this to giving you guys all this information that I actually forgot to do the business bit which always happens. But by all means, drop me a comment, an email, and I would love to hear from you. But anyway, as I said, I wanted this to be a quick 20 minutes and we've gone on for 40. So here's to another TikTok video and YouTube video, and getting out there and sharing what I need to share, and it's just so exciting. And also catch me on the Oracle of Delphi as well. Over the next couple of days, going to be doing a few things on there too, but with the wonderful Lady D, and I really look forward to seeing you guys on my next, transmission? On the next transmission, on the next show, and I think I've got all the lighting and everything just about right now. So It's only taken me a year. Background might change very soon, but apart from that, yeah, as long as I can get this set up, then we're going to be all good. But there's going to be more videos and more transmissions. And if you guys do have any questions about anything I've shared, again, please do drop me an email or drop me a comment, and I'll be happy to do a video on it or chat to you about it. And let's go from there. But anyway, just feel within yourselves and sending lots of love.